take a look at his score. This should be interesting.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy DCX Spurs coming at you with a 2K16 gameplay video where I'm showing off my new squad and going up against Sauceman Caps, formerly known as Caps Locks, and his ridiculous Diamond Anthony Davis. That card looks pretty savage. He's matching up against Kareem. We're going to test him a little bit this game. We're going to test his interior defense as Iceman Gervin slams it down. George Gervin, man, he's one of the best low-key cards in this game. He has a pretty decent price point, too. If you do not rely on the three-point shot for your team, pick up this Gervin because he does not miss on the drive. And actually, I'd consider that my best snipe of the year. I mean, I've gotten some better ones. I've gotten some, some base cards for 500 MT, but the first day that the packs, LeBron, Jesus Christ, the first day that the All-Star packs came out, I sniped this Gervin for 500 MT. Now, I have no clue who's putting him up for 500, but I appreciate it as Kawhi the Klaw Leonard drops the shot in. And as a big-time Spurs fan, I'm very excited to see him playing well this year, man. He's killing it. He's up there in the MVP voting. He's he's just having a fantastic year. It's really fun to see as a Spurs fan because when he first got drafted, I saw this potential. I told people like, oh, this guy's gonna be great. He's gonna make a big impact. He has the potential to be the new face of the franchise. And everyone's like, not really. He's all right. He's a good defender. He's like a, maybe he could be like a 3-and-D player. But look at him now, man, killing it. So yeah, I'm basing my squad around. Ray Allen hits that ridiculous shot. Basing my squad around players that I like, players that I know, like this gold Chauncey Billups. I mean, kind of a budget balling card. I'd suggest it for anyone that's kind of trying to go through the road to the playoffs or just kind of needs a cheap point guard off the bench. As Scottie Pippen with the L1. He's a big spark plug off the bench. But yeah, that Chauncey Billups, man. Chauncey Billups is a great player in his prime, but he gets underrated because of hype, People never hyped up a Chauncey Billups, so he's not getting as much shine. He's not getting as much exposure as Dominique Wilkins, another budget balling card, another gold beast. Drives down the lane and jams it. I love that card. Yeah, man, so there are a couple golds thrown into my lineup, but this is just the start. I mean, I'm still building my squad, and I'll include this in my next video because I made two really big pickups. One is a TBT, and one is an MVP. I'm not going to say which. You're just going to have to wait for the next video, but if you follow me on Twitter, you already know. These are definitely some awesome cards that they're going to come in. One of them is potentially the new star of my team alongside Kawhi. And the only reason Kawhi is necessarily the star as opposed to Kareem, who's over here right now doing his thing, is because I know how to use him. And I think that's something that people always forget when they're playing MyTeam is that sometimes you can just use cards that you know how to use, cards that you like, instead of whatever's hyped up or whatever's the big card, it's an overrated card, like maybe that MVP Kobe. MVP Kobe really doesn't have that great stats. If you're buying him because people are hyping him up because it's Kobe, you're making a wrong decision. Buy someone that you know a little bit better. Someone that you've been using as Carmelo drives into the lane. That's another example of a card that I know it well, so I decided to pick it up. I'm a big Carmelo Anthony fan. And back in those Nuggets days, he was really athletic, not like he is now. He's kind of toned it down a little bit, improved his post game as of now. But that Melo, he's gonna finish a lot of shots for you. He's still got the jumper. He's got that nice release. So Chauncey Billups coming down hitting the three, another good Nuggets player. So the rest of the team, we're filling it out with, we got that Ben Wallace off the bench. He's like our 11th player in the rotation, but that is another card I highly recommend. A lot of these old Pistons guys, I mean, guys that played on that team that Rip Hamilton's supposed to be amazing too. Just look out for cards like that. And that Willis Reed, man, that Willis Reed goes for under 10K, and he's a beast. If you could deal with his size, maybe slide him to power forward. But here at the half, we're down by 1 point. We're 2 for 2 from 3, 3 for 3 from free throws. Both shooting pretty high percentages. I'm at 57. He's at about 60. But we're going to get those high percentage shots, those dunks, that layups. We're going to grind into the paint with our athletic players. I mean, you know, we got Kareem. We've got this Kawhi. We've got this Carmelo. We got this Gervin. Jermaine O'Neal. We got Willis Reed. We got Scottie Pippen. All guys that could drive it in, that could throw it down, could get the finishes. As Kawhi with his little finesse, I mean, you don't have to be all athleticism all the time. Perfect example right there from Kawhi. But, you know, he's turning it up too. He's got this ISO game with this KD. I mean, we stripped the ball, but he's still got that ISO game. He's still doing all right with that. We get the nice little layup, that little finesse move. So, anyway, my team is kind of heating up. I'm going to say heating up because we've got 7 new throwback diamonds announced, all great cards. The first one released yesterday, that Darren Williams, and that's definitely a card I want to get because Darren Williams is one of my favorite players of the past decade, man. I mean, I live in Brooklyn, so I know all about the Nets. Actually, I have this memory of D-Will a couple of years ago. It was one of my favorite basketball memories of any game I've ever been to. Where D-Will, he actually set the record for the most three-pointers in a half. I mean, I'm sure Curry broke it by now, but it was 8.5, which was the most of all time, and he scored like 30-something on the game. He had like 11 threes or 10 threes on the game, and yeah, I don't know, I got that sentimental value, so I'd love to get that D-Will, but I mean, for that price tag, I don't know, unless he drops to the same price as like that Ty Lawson or maybe that Brandon Jennings, then I'll pick him up, but otherwise, I'm going to leave that point guard open for someone else. I'm not going to say who, but someone else. But yeah, he hits that fadeaway over there with Davis. Tough shot over Kareem. I mean, 7-footer. You're not going to get that off. Carmelo with the shot. I know that release like the back of my hand, bro. That's such a silky release. It's so easy. It's just the finesse. As he comes down and chucks up a 3 with LeBron, which is not something that you ever want to do. Running the break, getting the jam. Good play. And so, off of late game scores like that, we put together a nice run. We're up 14 with about 1:30 left, and we're just going to try to get some smart shots, pad our stats, make some shots with George the Iceman Gervin. Man, that card is fun. There's some cards that are just like straight up fun to use. I mean, maybe they're not the best card necessarily, but damn, it's fun. KD hits that wet J, man. That jumper is so silky, is so high. But I don't know, I kind of feel like they messed up his release a little bit this game. Carmelo's release is perfect, on the other hand. Carmelo's release always hits for me. But anyway, we're just going through some late game antics here, man. He's just going to try to come down, hit some moves as we get the nice steal quickly, throw it out, and, you know, slow it down a little bit, try to get the ball moving around. And my main hope for this possession was to get some more scores, man, right there. Big dunk as we finally get a nice isolated post matchup. Hit him with the move, and there we go. There's Kareem's big shot, man. That's what I was looking for all game. So, we're going to come out with the W here. He's just trying to run the clock out, maybe get up a last shot. But this was a fun one. You know, shout out to Sauceman Caps, Caps Locks, whatever you want to call him. And check out his channel if you haven't already. So we pull out the close victory. And if you enjoy, go ahead, leave a like, leave a rating, do whatever you got to do. Subscribe for more content in the future. As we show, we got that 73-57 victory. We got Kawhi up here, hitting a lot of shots, scoring a lot of points. We also got, who else is there? Carmelo Anthony had a great game. Low-key, Willis Reed put in work. Good pickup, man. Good pickup for the bench. Chris Paul, George Gervin. You know, he usually scores more for me, but he had a low-key game. So there are the final stats. And thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm out.